First of all, I want to show you briefly my workflow that I've developed over the years from my intense freelance experience, which is very similar to the ADDIE model, but it's my own steps that I have developed. And it has a very clear deadline from the needs analysis, problem map, learning objectives, right until the implementation. The timeline is also depending on always on the client, on the project, but this is a realistic approach even in the timeline. I would like to show you how I would approach to boarding Ingelheim. So I researched, based on the available information, a realistic problem, which I can imagine could be a realistic task project for me as a learning experience designer. For that, I picked this specific problem, which I developed already as I approach within the needs analysis phase. And here, even though I'm not giving details to make the video short as possible, you can see just the workflow, how I come from the different phases of the problem until it starts to develop into deductible parts where I can already also define role players, so which can lead to personas. But the point is to define what is exactly the problem and what should be the solution as an e-learning program for that problem and how we deliver that. This is what I'm trying to figure out always in this phase. Once we are successful with this phase, then all the rest can based on that. Right until the learning objectives. The learning strategy, I'm not going to talk about it because that's way too long for even a short video. But as you can see, this is a very, very detailed, complex procedure, but very, very structured. This is the latest project that I did for the timber construction client, e-learning platform from A to Z. So even the graphic design and branding was my part. So here you can see the learning strategy had a really, really long procedure. And here too, the same procedure, but with different goal. That's it. As an outcome, again, I want to keep it short. These are two RISE outcomes, so it's mostly RISE format. This is intercultural business courses for expats outside in different countries and how to negotiate, collaborate in a workplace with different cultures. So this is for France, this is for India, and all I want to show you as an overview from this, how this whole procedure, so from the very get-going, the idea develops into a final output like this. So all the branding visuals are on place, and this is one format that the client wanted. So just to give you a very, very brief overview about the learning experience, this has a very specific concept. This has built on a story, so it's always one specific character. He is the hero coming from another culture to the French culture, and the hero always has a mentor. In this case, this lady who from the French culture supporting the hero who has to go through different challenges to adapt to the French business culture. And here, every step has a specific concept, also like how the buttons, when do they appear, when this is part of the learning experience from the get-going. I will just go through the very first one to give you a very brief idea. So you can see here there are already a lot of media work, the built-in knowledge checks to keep the users active and focused. It's always on the very latest learning experience, what they have learned and what they need to continue. And this is always not just the template text, it's always helping the milestones with the story, what the user has already gathered from that part of the journey, the learning journey. Utilizing the basic features of RISE, of course. Now, of course, I'm just doing it randomly because I don't remember the content. Okay, I'm lucky so far. All right, and this is one chapter close to the end. A summary and finally a quiz. So this quiz must be completed successfully in order to be accepted in the LMS. Now, this is one major milestone, learning unit. And this is exactly the same for the India culture, the business culture in India.